I mean, every now and then we dust off a classic for the convention world, and I feel like Jacksonville's earned this. I mean, we really are going into the vault for this guy. We haven't seen him forever. He was doing this, Mike, he was doing this when you weren't around. Really? Yeah, like there was a time, a pre-Mike time. Seriously, an awesome guy. If you've been doing conventions for a while, you know him. And I know what he's doing next, and I'm super excited about his next project, and I can't wait for him to talk to you about it. You know him, you love him. The mayor of Tigertown, Mr. Gabriel Tigerman! There he is!
It's the eye of the tiger. It's the eye of the tiger.
That was written for me, and just, you know, with both eyes, not, I mean, your eye, both your eyes.
Thank you.
I mean,
it
really
is. It's always been a problem for me because it's not just the one.
No,
that's
the eyes of the tiger.
Yeah, it's a typo that just everyone kept saying wrong for years.
It's wrong.
Thank you for correcting that.
Dude, good to see you.
It's good to see you.
This is
good to see you.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody.
I noticed on the banners you look a lot like Emily Swallow.
Yep. Yeah. I've had some work done, and
I
have a skin regimen that I've been following pretty religiously.
The camera makes you hot, I'm not gonna lie to you. The lens does something new. That
for noticing that. Yeah, I think it's a good new direction for my career.
Couldn't agree more. Ladies and gentlemen, Gabriel Tigerman.
Hi, everybody. What's going on? Well, hello. Oh my gosh, hello. This is fantastic. What's going on, Jacksonville? How are you? Ow! That's good to know. Fantastic. So I never know what to do with this beginning part because no one's asked me any questions, and so I'm not sure what to say. So we get this awkward moment.
Tell us about the project.
The project. Just the one.
The one Richard mentioned.
What did Richard say? What did he say?
He was excited for you.
Something new, something now, something wow, dare I say. So I was just shooting yesterday on a pilot with Mr. Kurt Fuller, who you might know, who is both delightful and tall, which I kept being struck by, and he's fantastic, and it's very funny. It's called His Wives and Daughters, and it's a pilot, so if it gets picked up, then we can all watch it together. It'll be delightful. And it's very funny. It's Jane Seymour in it, and of Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman fame, as well as James Bond and many, many other things. She didn't play James Bond, to clarify, but it also features a young, up-and-coming star named Gabriel Tigerman. I feel like good things are gonna, oh my God, I had a red eye. So I'm gonna be right here for a second. You guys can't see me because I am quite small. So I'm gonna get back up. Hi, hey, a chair. Look at that. It's for both relaxing and being seen at the same time. I'm just gonna, this doesn't feel very feng shui, so I'm just gonna put this. That feels right. That feels just right. Oh, there's already people. That's great. Let's start with you.
Well, thank you, sir.
Well, hello. I know you. How's it going? What can we talk about?
I have a question about the Impala.
About what now?
The Impala.
Oh, the Impala. Yes.
Is there
Ask away.
anything special that happened with the Impala while you were on the show?
Well, I know I did have the honor of being one of the few people to drive the Impala. The very first, that's right. And I had not seen the show, so I didn't know how special that was. And so I didn't quite understand why everyone seemed so nervous when I was driving. I'm the adult. I have a decent driving record. I don't know why everyone seems so uptight. The shipper's like, okay, just, don't open her up or anything. And so if you see it, there's one scene where I start to drive off and it's probably 5 miles an hour. So you're just absorbing all the nervous energy. This was back in my first episode, I think it was like 1952. For those of you who don't remember, I was on season -4. I played Andy Gallagher. And so yes, and I did get to drive the Impala. So yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Hi Gabe, it's
Hi.
Jennifer, how you doing?
Hi, how are you?
Good. I was wondering if you've been on any ghost hunts with Chad, and if so, what are the scariest ones?
Okay, well I'll tell you pretty definitively no. Because if you've talked to Chad about his ghost hunts, they sound horrible. Clarify, horrifying. Has he told you the story about coming away with like claw marks from a demon? And then he's like, but you should totally come. And then he tells stories about, this one demon that just won't leave him. And then he's like, but you should totally come. It's the you taste this approach to life that I so far have not embraced yet. But I do hear he's trying to pull something off in Vegas. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm considering it this much. Because I don't like ghosts. Maybe that's closed-minded of me, but I don't see the upside yet. Unless it's being visited by ghosts of future or past, I got to learn a Christmas lesson. I don't see the point. So no. The short version is no, because I'm too scared. And I'm not afraid to admit that. That I'm not afraid of. I'm scared. So, yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
How's it going?
So, Andy is my best friend Sam's favorite character, and
Sam sounds like a smart lady or man.
so he wasn't able to be here today, so
Man.
I'm delivering his question.
Okay.
If you could change one thing about Andy, what would it be?
His vulnerability to the claws of the Achiri, I think is Andy's just one weakness that I really felt like he could have worked on. If he could have, I don't know whether it's just better abs, maybe that's just a personal thing, or just maybe some kind of protection against that, I think would be my biggest improvement on Andy, more than anything. Does that, pass that along to Sam and let him
I'm
know.
sure that's the same thing that he thinks.
Okay, good. He sounds really lovely and smart and great. And tell him I said so. Okay. Hi.
Hey, I was originally going to ask about being the first one to drive the car, but you kind of answered.
Oh, so you got to come up with on the fly.
It just seemed like, how was it with Jen's, not just, when you asked them to do it, how was the scene? Like, did they pull any pranks? Like, we've heard the stories of Ostrich and feet in awkward places.
Oh, wait, what?
With Ostrich, there was feet in awkward places doing filming. Did you get any of that kind of treatment there?
I'm filling the blanks. That I didn't get them there. I did get, I guess I wasn't pretty enough. Because all I got were big feet on my not quite as large feet. In the middle of takes that we would be doing kind of a serious scene, and Jared thought it would be hilarious just to kind of step repeatedly on my foot as I'm trying to act. And it's like, this is, like, you've got this job. Like, I still need to, they can replace me very easily. Like, this is my livelihood here. So yeah, there was feet work, but not feet work, which I need to ask him about. Oh, was it? Yeah, exactly. They were still real pros at that point. They would only sometimes show you a picture of the dump that they took right before your real serious scene where you're like welling up. And so those tears were real. But not for the reasons I was attempting. You're over there now. Hi.
Hello.
Good to see you.
You as well.
What's up?
When you're out in public, does literally everybody look at you like they know you?
Yes, the commercial world creates a thing that happens. It's less like movie stars where people are like, hey, it's Tom Cruise, and it's more like, did we go to school together? How do we, or like a lot of like, hey, nope, we don't, we're strangers, we don't know each other. And I was like, yep, nope, not, or just like a recent thing, I was at the, doesn't matter where, it was the museum. But that makes me sound cultured. And I was getting a coffee, and the guy was like, this is basically sums up all the interaction. He's like, hey, and you're, I'm like, yep. I'm like, yeah, exactly. Good talk. And so I'm assuming that was because of commercials or something else entirely that he has decided he knows me from.
Have you gotten any cool perks from?
No, well, they pay you. But no, I've never gotten a free anything. Like, everyone's like, hey, you get free Burger King for life? No, nothing. I have one friend he's the voice of Lexus, and they leased him a Lexus. And he's the only one I've ever heard who gets something. Otherwise, no. Did I just get a lot louder all of a sudden? Did I just hear that? Or am I going, oh no, I'm having a meltdown right here in front of hundreds of people. It's okay, it's gonna be okay. Just get me through this. Okay. Hi.
Hi.
What's up?
Alright, so on the show, your character gets whatever he asks for.
This
If
is
you
true.
could do the same thing in real life, who would you ask and what would you ask for?
Oh gosh. No. That's not appropriate either. I'd ask God for world peace. Yes. I'm a good human. And I didn't think of anything else before that. That was my first thought. My first good thought. Hi.
Hi.
What's up?
Hi. First of all, you're awesome. That's, it's been fun watching.
That is clear. Thank you.
If you can hold me, you hold up to Jared and Jensen, you are awesome.
Thank you.
But that being said, what are I know Supernatural is a wonderful thing, but what about your future projects besides what you just told us? What do you have?
There's a couple things I've shot that have yet to air, but I did an episode in season 2 of Colony with Josh Holloway.
Yes.
And I was telling a story at the meet and greet. So I have a friend who knows him from, they worked on Lost together, and he's like, oh, you're going to be working with Josh. He's great. You should tell him. Just tell him this. Like, when you see him on set, just say, hey, Josh, I heard I should hug you like a hot pelican. And I said, I'm not going to say that. Because that's weird. And I'm pretty sure you're fucking with me. And you're just making something up. And this is going to be just embarrassing and I'll get fired. And he's like, no. He's cool. You should totally say that. He'll love it. I'm like, could you explain it? He's like, nope. Not gonna. I'm like, oh, okay. And so we got to set, we had a couple scenes together, and I shot the first scene, and I didn't bring it up. And then we're waiting in between scenes, and we talked just a little bit, but not much. And then I was like, fine. I was like, what? I said fine. No one said anything. I was like, okay, good start. And I said, what? I was like, I should hug you. He said, what? I said, I gotta say the sentence faster. I should hug you like a hot pelican. And he stared at me in silence. for just long enough for me to be horrified that indeed the joke that I thought that I was joking, that my friend would have joked on me was actually the joke that was happening. And then he erupted in a very southern sounding laughter and proceeded to tell me a story of being drunk and high in Hawaii and telling the tale of how you have to wrestle pelicans off your boat when you're fishing in the South, and that they're the size of like a large toddler and surprisingly hot, and you're sweaty and like you're wrestling with this hot pelican, and that's the story that they love telling each other. And so yeah, that's my future project. Is that the question? That's the question. It's a hot, sweaty, toddler-sized pelican. That's what I'm working on. So there's that, and I've done a couple of episodes of this kids show called Stuck in the Middle. So if you've got kids, watch me be just the dorkiest dork you've ever dorked. And tune in for that.
A little bit more PG for the hot pelican.
Yes, a little bit more PG, less pelican hugging, yeah, so that's some of the stuff. And then hopefully this pilot, that would be fun to do. Yeah, okay. Hi,
Hello.
what's up?
My question for you is, since you consider yourself at an average height, how was it filming with people as tall as Jensen and Jared?
Okay, I'm glad you brought this up, because I've seen some pictures online. In particular, there's one shot, I don't know if anyone's seen it, from All Hell Breaks Loose, part 1, where I'm running next to Jared, and he appears to be, I would say, roughly 2.5 times taller than I am. And I just want to say, this speaks to the ego on this man, that he goes back and in the editing room, he insists on being there for all the edits, and he has himself inflated, and it costs an absurd amount of money, and he has me and some of the other actors, but mostly me, reduced in stature. Because in real life, if you've seen us together, we're about the same. And it's just, you know, it's similar, true story, it's like The Rock, who won't work with anyone larger than him, which is why he won't work with me. Very similar, but with even more special effects. So look back, you'll see little glitches like that'll show you, but it speaks to a real insecurity on his part, and I think you should call him on it. So, I'm glad you brought this up. It's about time. It's about time. I've kept quiet for so long because I was hoping that they'd bring Andy back, but I'm starting to let go of that as a possibility. Yep, as a possibility, because it's been 15 years. And so the truth is coming out. Jared is very short. Hi. And if you see him here and he seems tall, don't. Hollywood. It's all Hollywood. Hi.
Hi, my name is Mia. I love you and Now You're Nice. I was just wondering, what was it like working with Hillary Burton and...
Oh!
How was that?
Yes, Hillary Burton and I were in a Hallmark Christmas movie together called Naughty or Nice. You can see it every Christmas and every Christmas in July on the Hallmark Channel. It's best played at a low volume while wrapping presents and talking amongst yourselves. I hear that's how a lot of people watch it. Hillary is fantastic. It's funny, I was just talking about this. Also, there's Jeffrey Dean Morgan and I have we're ships in the night. And we both were in the same episode of Grey's Anatomy years and years ago, but never met. We were both in Supernatural, but never met. I worked with his wife, never met. I watched The Walking Dead. He's never there when I watch it, which would be weird, I'm realizing now. So I think that's okay. But it was great. It was a blast. It was my first work as an elf. I guess it was like ironic casting. They're like, oh, it's like a Dick Tracy show. This guy, he'll play an elf, even though he's, you know, Jared-sized. So they got a real sense of humor over at Hallmark for irony. They love irony over there. And no, it was great. It was I'd never done a Christmas movie. I mean, it's just like I was about to say it's a Hallmark of something, but I realized that would be a terrible pun. But all my puns, by the way, are accidental. So if it ever happens, I promise you, it's not on purpose. Though they're coming out more rapidly since I've had a child. I don't know if there's like a dad switch that happens. It's awful. It's awful. It's really terrible. Anyway, it was fun. It was great. It was a lot of elf work, and I've subsequently played an elf recently in a live Facebook event for the kids, and it was good to get the outfit back on. It felt right. It felt good. It's good to talk to you. Absolutely. Hi.
So I was wondering, like, you know how in the show, like, how there's like all these different individual heavens for everyone?
Sure.
What do you imagine Andy's personal heaven will be?
Personal heaven. See, now I've discussed this with Chad as we met our demise around the same time, and we imagined that, and it was also, to be fair, more of a pitch for a spin-off, which is that we are riding, it's just me and Chad, and for the rest of eternity, we're riding around in a van, and we're solving our own mysteries, and imbibing certain smoky vapors, and having many snacks together. It's very similar to Scooby-Doo, I realize. And the snacks are, I guess, Scooby snacks. But that's how I see Andy for eternity, and I feel pretty good about it. And then I had read, this is the first time that this had happened, reading fan fiction about yourself. I didn't know that was a thing until I did this show, and it's a unique experience to read or be sent an article. That's not what it's called, but a story, a tale, that a friend of yours finds and sends to you, and you're at your parents' house when you happen to check an email, and you make a sound. So I'll tell you this. I don't know if you've all ever read about yourself performing certain acts with Chad Lindbergh when you're not expecting to read about that. You make a sound, in my case, that is something like this. Ah! And then your mom says, "Oh, what?" and tries to look over the computer. And that's when you smash your computer and you light it on fire. You go into the kitchen and you get salt. Pour it on there. It's not coming back. And then a couple months later, you meet Chad for the first time. You're like, hey, it's good to write. I've pictured something. You can't not pick if you've read it. What was the question? I lost all track. What was it? Honestly now.
Your personal heaven.
My personal heaven? Well, I just found out a lot about myself. My supportive room. And gotta call my wife. We're gonna have a talk. Okay. So, you had a question about football. Yes.
My question is actually, what is your favorite role you have had the opportunity to play?
Other than Andy. Other than Andy.
That was funny.
What? So, oh, good. That was a real role. Recently I did. I was pretty proud of. I did a bit on Masters of Sex, where it's a theme with a lady. And it was a really fun part, and was my very first in real life acting sex scene, which was nerve-wracking, I will say. Yes, thank you. But they did give me like like 2 weeks heads up, because all I was going to be wearing is what they call in the industry a cock sock. They call it, which I don't know, when you get started as an actor, it's not something you ever thought you were going to wear. But I went to the gym every day for 2 weeks. But it was actually really, aside from the nerve-wracking part of that scene, I really liked that part. That was a really fun part to play on that show. Yeah, I think that just recently, that was something I found really great. Thank you. All right. Hi, it's just you. Do you have a question? Nothing. Nothing at all. What's your second favorite show that you watch right now? On the spot. This is what it feels like. You'll find yourself talking and then revealing things sexually about yourself. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know. Just, there's something about this room. You just start to share.
Safe space.
What's your second favorite show?
Lucifer.
Lucifer. Okay. I'm sensing a theme in your interest. Not that I'm assuming what your first favorite show is, but I sense a theme. Is that something? Do you guys also watch Lucifer? Is there a lot of overlap? Do you have a question, or you also just no? Great. Hey, here's a quiz. Do you know what this shirt means? What's that? Well, not really. Kind of, sort of. No? Okay. How about you? What's up? Hi. Talk to you. Hi. You get a question.
Okay. There was one story that you have told before we all love.
Go for it. Hearing it again.
No.
Yes. You know the one.
The gopher?
Does it involve a groundhog? It might? Okay. Well, I don't know if it does involve an animal. I don't know if people want to hear this. I've been doing... That actually seemed like a tepid response. I would say... That wasn't me like fishing. That was me genuinely trying to read the room and not wanting to necessarily tell a story that I've told 1,000 times. I will, you know what? How about this? We've got other questions. I will get back to it if we get through the questions and we need to do it. Because I just feel like people have heard it. So here, go ahead. Yes. What? You've never, all right. Okay, here's a story. It feels apropos of almost nothing. But it's a tale of growing up. It was, I don't know how it ever came up in the first place, but one day when I was driving to college with my two best friends, we were driving through Kansas. And if you know anything about Kansas, it is like this. And it is flat, and there's nothing. And my friends thought that I should do the bulk of the driving across the country while they slept. And so I was driving, they were asleep in the back seat because I was driving Miss Daisy's. I was just bored. And then I see a sign, and the sign says, world's largest groundhog, 50 miles. And I don't think much of it. But I keep driving and it says world's largest groundhog, 40 miles, and my interest is piqued. Because I've never seen the world's largest groundhog, and when's the next time I'm gonna have a chance to see the world's largest groundhog? And I wondered to myself, how big is the world's largest groundhog? And then as if hearing my doubt in my head, the next sign, just to sweeten the deal, says, also home to a 5 and a 6-legged steer. And I think, what? Exactly. And I think, I can't afford not to stop here. And so my friends are woken up to a swerving off the road. It's the only way you can drive into Prairie Dog City, Kansas. And we get, and they said, what's happening? I said, don't worry, you're gonna thank me. Teaser, no, spoiler alert, they didn't. And we get there, and you can't see where the groundhog is, because there's a gift shop, and you've got to pay money in some sort of tourist trap of sorts that, as an 18-year-old self, had not really heard of before. And so, yep, $10, which was all the money in the world to me. Head out back. I'm like, great. And I said, where is it? After already having given the money, I don't see any groundhogs. And he said, well, I didn't tell you it was live now, did I? And so I think, and I start to picture, in my mind, like a dog-sized groundhog dead in a field. Flies. But I'm still interested, because we've pulled over and I've really made the case for this, and it's still the biggest groundhog I'll have ever seen. But that's not what it was. It was a statue of a groundhog. To be fair, 2 statues of a groundhog. One, which I can only assume was the second largest groundhog, which was about here, yay big, and the next one was about 30 feet high, and was indeed the largest groundhog statue I had ever seen in my entire life. And subsequently, people have gone to Prairie Dog City, Kansas, to check whether the thing that we had written in Sharpie, which was "This sucks," was still on the back, but I guess they'd somehow painted over that. But I said, wait a minute, hold on. This isn't over yet, guys. Because there's still a 5 and a 6-legged steer for us to see. And we go back to the front, I'm like, okay, where's the 5 and 6-legged steer? Is that just a statue? And they said, no, don't you worry. Those are quite alive. And I said, great. Where? And they point that way, and I was pretty enthusiastic about this because somehow in my mind, I thought that all these legs would hit the ground, and this would be like a super fast cow, and like a really cool fast cow, and all the other cows look up to this cow, and are jealous of this cow, and he's a super cool cow. This was not the case, because the 2 cows, this is stuff of nightmares. One had the 2 extra legs. They were growing out of its butt. Swear to God. They didn't hit the ground. He was not particularly fast. I don't know what happens in Prairie Dog City, Kansas, but that was happening. The other cow had a big, long arm hoof out of its shoulder, just going up like that. And so we decided we needed to take our picture with him, as you do. And so just to date ourselves, we wound it up. A third of the audience is like, yes. 2/3 said, what? Are you talking about Grandpa? We have not wound anything ever. It was disposable. cameras. One-time use. You took it to a store, a photo mat, and it was delightful. It was a real, like, oh, what am I gonna get? Are these pictures good or not? I'll never know until I get them. Anyway, so I told my friends, get closer. You gotta get closer to the side of the cage. You don't wanna, we're gonna get the crazy arm in there. Get close. No, run! Old Five Arms got pissed, ran at the side of the pen, and I swear to God, hit my friend, flung its arm over, and just flop. And it slowed down, because it was just, and my friend freaked the fuck out. When something unholy just does that to you. And he ran back to the car, and we drove to the nearest DQ, and he took like a Silkwood shower in a sink, just cleaning, just because he felt perpetually dirty until just recently, and that's the story of Kansas. That is the prairie dog. You're welcome. I really don't know how that ever came up all those years ago, but it did, and it's part of the fabric of supernatural lore. Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
While you were playing the role as Andy,
Yes.
who was your favorite person that was in the cast?
Oh, you know what? One of my first scenes was when I'm convincing, or when Jensen starts telling the truth compulsively, and I didn't know that he was funny, because I hadn't met them yet. It was like our first day, and I barely kept it together through that scene. And I remember going home, or back to the hotel, and like, oh, that's my favorite guy. Like, that guy, there's something about how it's just like, I'm just telling the truth, and I can't stop doing it. And it was so funny that Jensen was quickly my favorite. But then I grew to love Jared, despite his weird ego about his height. Which, again, just let's put it out there. I feel like people have covered for him long enough. And however great he is in other ways, this is a real flaw and he needs to be confronted about it. Okay? Sunday. All right? Good. Nobody? Yes? What? That's a symbol. That means 5. 5 minutes. Here we go. Let's make this happen. Come on now. I'm running, but nothing's happening. How are you? Okay, good. And anyone got questions? You got any other questions? Let's get our squeeze them in.
Career-wise, what do you view as your biggest success?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. You know, I don't know the answer to that, but I will say something, not just because we're here, but it's on my mind, is that there's really nothing like the role of Andy for me, career-wise. Because you really, I don't know, you do parts on shows, especially as a character actor, you do a part on a show, and then maybe your friends on Facebook will say, hey, I saw you, it was neat, and maybe someone on the street will say, hey, you're on that thing, that was neat, and that's cool, and it's nice, and you make a living, you support your family, and that's great, and it's fun, and it's great, but you don't get a whole lot of response about it. You don't know how, you don't get a lot of feedback about it, and you certainly don't get brought into the world of the fans, and in this way, and then brought into the world of these other actors who are, and all of which is just so, I think it's got, I mean, I know there's other fandoms, but it seems like it must be unique how supportive this group is. Like I even just like when difficult things have happened in my life, I know that fans and fellow actors have been overwhelmingly immensely supportive. And I know that they do that for a lot of their work, both fans and other actors who are in need or in having, having challenges in their life. And it's everyone's so embraced each other in this world. It's so unique, so rewarding. So I would say, in some sense, that's absolutely my favorite thing that I've been involved in. Because it has so many levels to it. And past what was initially just a really fun character to play, but this opened up this whole world for the last, 72 years that we've been doing these conventions. So that's what's... Keep going.
Which character can you do the best impersonation of?
Okay, yeah. Let me do an impersonation of actual Jared. Okay, no, in this shot, just make Gabe like 50% smaller, and then just make me bigger. Yeah, and can you add, just heighten muscle. There you go. That's how it is. I'll make my voice deeper than it is now. That's exactly what he's like. Exactly it. I'm ignoring you. Anybody else? Oh, you got somebody. Last minute. Rapid fire.
From short person to short person.
What? Have you not been listening? Yes.
Appetite.
Yes. What's the question?
How tall are you?
Oh, I am. Extremely. I'm 5'8". I'm 5'7 3/4.
Did you just look at me and change your mind?
Yeah. No, you know what? You make me feel honest.
I always tell people I'm 5'7 3/4.
Robbie,
I feel like he's got a little bit on me.
it's pretty much a dead heat, but if he ever gets a perm, adios love.
So I'm barely 5'7 3/4.
Okay, all right.
No, maybe I'm
About this?
5'6 3/4.
What?
I gotta get back to that. I don't know.
He just gave me the win, Gabe. I don't know.
I know.
how to-
I'll take it, guys. It was delightful.
Are you coming to karaoke?
You know that I'm coming to karaoke. Absolutely.
Gabriel Tigerman!
I was like okay at boxing, and at the end of the song, I was much better.
Totally.
It was cool. When you ran up and started dancing around that statue of you on the top of those stairs.
Yes.
That was my favorite part.
That was awesome.
We should bring that to all the conventions now.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Gabe. We'll see you.
Thank you for giving us a second take,
Boy,
Richard.
that was dynamite. Way to end on just a powerhouse.
That second take was good.
It was great. Well, it was great. I don't know if you can see Borja over here frantically trying to figure out what the hell.
You know what? I block it out. No,
Can't see. I am the can't see Mike. I don't have a base. I don't care because tomorrow he is fired. Boy, Robot said on Angry.
What people don't know is that we're literally listening to that song backstage, trying to figure out the chords.
Good times. Really good.